If you've ever watched any of my videos, you must have heard me mention the following items: an ATS-friendly CV, an optimized LinkedIn profile, and an introductory video. And you must have also heard me mention or allude to the fact that the 3 aforementioned items are actually necessary if you want to land a remote opportunity. In the coming weeks, we are going to do a deep dive into the 3 aforementioned items: LinkedIn profile, ATS CV, and an introductory video. Starting us off with an ATS CV in today's video. We're going to elaborate what is an ATS CV, why is it important, and what should you not include in your CV to make it ATS friendly. We're also going to incorporate 6 remote companies that are currently hiring worldwide in the EMEA time zone and in Africa, and that means that you and I have a shot at this. We're doing all of this to make sure that we position you better in your job hunt, particularly in the remote setup. But before we can start, if you're joining us for the very first time, my name is Lorraine. I have been in the HR profession for over 9 years. This is actually my 9th year, right? Yeah, this is actually my 9th year. And I have worked both locally and globally in a remote company. And what we do is that we promote financial flexibility, financial freedom, and hope to the African youth in form of remote opportunities. And we also partake in talent readiness. So that's why you see all these as our services. Our services range from remote revamping your CV to become ATS friendly. We're going to see why. An optimized LinkedIn profile, career coaching, etc. So take a look. And if you are a returning subscriber, welcome back. As of now, you know how we do things. So let's get started. Let's talk about what an ATS is. So the full form of an ATS is basically an applicant tracking system. And this is the system that most remote companies, not just remote companies, even on-site companies use for shortlisting due to the number of applications that they get for a particular role, right? And so for that reason, they need a more efficient way to maneuver through the applications that they're currently getting. So that is essentially what an ATS is. It is the first hurdle that your CV is going to face before it even lands a recruiter's desk. So what you need to do, you need your CV to work for you, and you need it to become ATS friendly. You need to be favorable to the system. The beauty is that the ATS system, even though there's so many in the market at the moment, but they're all built off of the same fundamental principles or of the same skeleton, really. The one thing that I like about ATS system is that it actually promotes keyword matching. And if you're interested in understanding more about keyword matching, I would actually recommend for you that you purchase our Remote Talk Masterclass, because in that class, we do a deep dive into what the ATS is, how then can you use keyword matching to make your CV to work for you rather than against you. So if you're interested, DM me, because we are having our next masterclass on mid-June, I believe so. But we will communicate in due time, as we always do on all our socials. Let's move on to the first 3 companies that are actually hiring globally in the EMEA time zone and Africa. We've got a company called Move. So Move Group is an award-winning employer of record and workforce solution provider in the global HR industry. They have currently partnered with over 2,000 startups and multinational corporations across 70 plus industries. They have been in corporation since 1976. So really, a company that, has grown with time and, found its way over to remote opportunities, which is really cool. It actually shows that it's quite a progressive company. They're currently hiring for a HR administrator in these particular locations: Kenya, Cyprus, UK, and Malta. This is one of those opportunities that are very location specific. So if you're not in any of the 4 locations, that is Kenya, Malta, Cyprus, or the UK, then you do not qualify for this opportunity. But do not fret, because we've got 5 more opportunities or 5 more companies to go. However, for the HR professionals in these locations, if you've been exposed to HR services, if you've been exposed to employee or contractor life cycle, admin support, policy and protocol development, performance management, as well as engagement and recognition, you want to check out this opportunity. And these are some of the benefits that you get to enjoy when you're working for Move Group. We've got PTO, so paid time off. You get to enjoy wellness. You get to enjoy pension. It's one of the few companies that actually offer pension. They have an L&D budget, so learning and development budget. There is career growth, as well as a flexible working environment. which is really cool. So yeah, if you're wondering where to get this opportunity, head on over to our website beyondthesavannah.co.ke and send out your application. Our second company that you're featuring today is called Talent Touch, and they have been in operation for the past 7 years with expertise in IT recruitment. And they're currently hiring for a senior marketing manager role, and you need to have a bachelor's degree with 5 years of experience either in a B2B SaaS company and 10 years general work experience. So if that is you, head on over again to Beyond the Savannah. And as always, remember that you need to use an ATS friendly resume, an optimized LinkedIn profile, and just make sure that you have that 1-minute video on board for you to whip it up and send it out here. The third company that you're featuring today is called Digible. And Digible is a privately owned and operated company since 2017. So they're a profit-making organization, which is always good, particularly for someone who's looking for some level of stability, or they want to, get into, yes, a startup, but one that is already making profit. You get, some level of security in terms of job security. I don't know if that makes sense, right? So for Digible, they are on a mission to bring sophisticated digital marketing solutions to multi-family companies, which is really, really cool. They're currently hiring for the following roles: an accounting manager role that will earn you anything between $66,000 to $80,000 annually, a senior accountant manager that will earn you anything between $80,000 to $90,000 annually, a social media manager role that will earn you anything between $60,000 to $80,000 annually, a paid media analyst that will earn you anything between $50,000 to $60,000 annually, and a paid media strategist role that will earn you anything between $66,000 to $80,000 annually. Together with a competitive salary that you get to enjoy, you also get to enjoy the following benefits: a 4-day work week, which is really amazing, right? So that means you work 32 hours in a week. You also get to enjoy working from anywhere in the world. So it's a fully remote company. You get, as long as you're able to meet your deliverables, you're good. There is profit bonus sharing, which is always amazing. 3 weeks PTO, so 3 weeks paid time off, paid parental leave, 11 bank holidays, $75 per month each on physical wellness as well as mental wellness. So in total, you get $150 per month taking care of your physical and mental wellness health. You also get to enjoy health benefits, which includes medical, dental, and vision, a development program, as well as, get this is new, a subscription to a finance wellness coach, which is amazing. So if you're interested in any of these opportunities, I want you to head over to our website, beyondthesavannah.co.ke, and send out your application. So if you're finding value in this video, give us a thumbs up because it does help with the algorithm. Comment down below, and also don't forget to subscribe. I want to know from you, are we on the same page on what an ATS is? Because I want us to move on over to why it is important. So why is it important for you to have your CV be ATS friendly? Like I mentioned, for that one particular role that you see either on our website or on any other job board, thousands, if not hundreds of thousands, have actually seen the same role and are thinking of applying to it. So you can only imagine the kind of workload or the number of applications that, remote companies or even on-site companies get to receive for one particular role. For that reason, they need to manage their hiring process more effectively, more efficiently. They need to make it be fair, and I use the word fair very loosely. And yeah, they need to practice blind hiring, which includes, having limited exposure to bias, because as human beings, we are intrinsically biased. So the system kind of helps with navigating that. The people would actually argue otherwise, but yeah, it actually does help. So for that, those are the particular reasons as to why more and more companies we are finding moving into using an ATS system, as opposed to, just the regular old recruiter going through each particular CV. Again, it does come with its own complications, but I think that the ATS system is actually quite better, particularly thinking about keyword matching and how actually you apply the same principle and the same measure of quality across all applicants, right? So yeah, it does promote some level of fairness to that. And the beauty is, now that you know what remote companies or on-site companies use, you can actually kind of maneuver your CV, not remote maneuver, you can actually curate your CV for you to maneuver through the system to make your CV work for you and not against you. And that's the reason why we're actually here as BTS. That's one of the reasons, or that is one of the ways in which we actually promote talent readiness, by curating your CV to be ATS friendly and also curated to a particular career path that you decided you want to move into. Yeah. So if you're interested in working with us, send us a DM and let's engage and let's work together to position you better for a remote opportunity. The subsequent remote companies are actually hiring for multiple opportunities or multiple roles with amazing benefits. And starting us off is a company called Storyblock. Storyblock is a fully remote company with over 230 teammates in 45 countries with 47 nationalities, and they were founded in 2017, and up to now they have managed to raise $58 million in total funding, which is really cool. Again, if you're looking for, I remember yesterday I was in a call with one of my clients, and they're like, how then do I get job security? And the truth of the matter is, no remote company can actually offer you job security. If you're looking for a job security and you're in Kenya, I'm assuming, I always say that you then, go work for the government or in a parastatal. But if you're looking for job security, it is actually really, really difficult for a company to offer you that or to guarantee you that. However, there are things that actually cushion a company, right? So if they've got VC funding, that means that they've got money in the bank. So whether they're making profit or not at this stage is neither here nor there, right? So they still have a long way to go before the money runs out and, before they actually start stressing whether they are making money or not. The other thing is, if a company, like we talked about in the previous company that I mentioned, whether they are founder sponsored and they are profit making. So that also contributes to, the longevity of the company, right? So take into consideration those two things before you send out your application, particularly if you're looking to pivot into a very stable company to the remote setup, and if job security is an issue for you now or a concern for you now, right? Now that we've talked about that, Storyblock, these are some of the benefits that you get to enjoy when you're working for Storyblock. You get to enjoy a fully remote work environment, so that means you get to work from anywhere in the world. You also get to enjoy flexible working hours, generous PTO, diverse team based off of the nationalities. You also get to enjoy travel insurance, team retreats or company retreats. They also offer you equipment. They take care of your well-being by giving you stipends. They also take care of your educational development goals. There is referral incentives. So when someone gets hired based off of your referral, then you do get compensated as an employee of Storyblock. Then get this, you also get to enjoy competitive salary as well as the swag, match or celebration gifts, which is really amazing. Now, Storyblock is currently hiring for the following roles: a content marketing team manager role. They're also hiring for a developer relations engineer role. And lastly, a sales training specialist role. So once again, if any of these interested, you head over to our website beyondthesavannah.co.ke and check them out. So this next role is for a front-end engineer role by Synthesia, which is the world's first AI video generating platform company. The compensation for this particular role is £100,000 or euros plus stock options. So it's a pretty sweet deal. However, there is a catch. The catch to it is that it's a fully remote role, yes. However, they need you to be operating within Europe. So this is for the subscribers who are basically in Europe and they want to get into tech. This is for you. Moving on to our sixth company of the day, we have a company called publishing.com. And publishing.com is actually a really cool company. They are a company, as the name suggests, that helps everyday people create income freedom through publishing. They actually have a number of accolades on their banner, including being recognized as the 19th fastest growing company in America. Then they are also recognized by Forbes as being the pioneers of a better Amazon income model. Then the other thing is that their net promoter score as of 2022 was 93%, which is really, really cool. And they're currently hiring for the following roles: a lead product manager role, a director of marketing role, a chief copywriter, and a publishing accelerator coach that will earn you anything between $50,000 to $55,000 annually. However, you do need to be able to work American hours. So that is anything between 3 p.m. up to 1 p.m. Kenyan time. So if that is something that interests you, I want you to head over to our website. But before I forget, these are some of the benefits that you get to enjoy when you're working for publishing.com. It's a fully remote environment. You get to enjoy PTO that is paid as well. Health benefits ranging from vision, dental to medical. You get to also work in a great working culture, which is a pretty sweet deal. So I remember we're talking about what an ATS is, and so far we've covered what an ATS is, why is it important. Let's talk about what you shouldn't include in your CV to make it ATS friendly. And these are the following items that I do not want to see in your CV, or these are the following items that actually make your CV not to become ATS friendly. One, a profile picture. So you do not need to be seen to get hired. That actually goes against all blind hiring practices, so remove that. Then the other thing is your marital status, your religious status. You don't need to include those, that are actually irrelevant. Your postal address, another irrelevant bit, right? So you don't need to include that. Your ID, again, data protection laws, remove that, you don't need to include it. Graphics or drawings, overly complicated fonts, you don't need to include those, right? Nationality, as well as your educational background. And for educational background, what I'm talking about is your primary and high school education or secondary education. You don't need to include that. It is actually quite irrelevant at this stage. So geographical location, your references or referees, referees or columns. So you don't need to include all of those. Now, what I want you to do is let me know in the comment section if there is anything that I've mentioned that is not super clear to you as to why it should not be included in your CV to make it ATS friendly, and let's discuss in the comment section. Yeah, because at the end of the day, it is how you position yourself when you're sending out your applications, right? You might be able to do the work, but if you do not position yourself properly, you miss out on all the opportunities that you could have landed. And I do have a rule of thumb that if you meet 60% of the qualifications, please send out that application and send it out confidently. Let you not be the reason why you've not been invited for an interview. However, transfer that responsibility to the recruiter and not to yourself. So if you meet 60% of the qualifications, send out that application. And with that, in the next video, we'll talk about what then should you include in your CV to make it ATS friendly. Until next time, I hope that you found value in this video, and I hope to see you then. And until next time, happy job hunting.